What if I told you that every moment of your life, the struggles, the breakthroughs, the whispers you hear late at night telling you that you're meant for something greater has been leading up to this realization you are one of the chosen? Not in the sense of superiority or ego, but in a way that is deeply humbling, sacred, and powerful. You carry something within you that only 1% of people on this planet possess. It's not something you earned, and it's not something you can escape. It's your mission, your calling, your purpose. And today, we're going to uncover the signs that you were chosen for the ultimate mission. Let's start with the question most people avoid: how do you know you're different? Not just in a superficial way, but in the deepest, most unshakable part of your soul. Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in, no matter where you go or who you're with? Like the world operates on one frequency, but you're tuned into something entirely different. This isn't your imagination. It's one of the first signs that you've been chosen. Chosen ones often feel out of place because they're not here to blend in, they're here to transform, to challenge, and to elevate the world around them. But being different isn't always easy, is it? In fact, it can feel like a burden.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Let me ask you something deeply personal. Have you ever gone through inexplicable suffering? Maybe you've faced challenges that seemed unfair, unrelenting, or even cruel. You might wonder, why me? Why does life feel so heavy? The answer lies in your mission. Chosen ones are often put through the fire not as punishment, but as preparation. The hardships you faced weren't designed to break you, they were designed to shape you. Think of it like a sword being forged. The heat, the hammering, the pressure, it's all necessary to create something unbreakable, something extraordinary. Your pain has a purpose, even if you can't see it yet. And here's the thing, the fact that you've survived those challenges is proof of your strength. If you weren't chosen, you wouldn't have made it this far. Another unmistakable sign that you've been chosen is the pull towards something greater. You might not know exactly what it is, but there's a deep, almost magnetic force inside you telling you that you're here for more. It's the feeling you get when you look at the stars and wonder about your place in the universe. It's the restless energy that keeps you awake at night, dreaming of a life that's bigger, deeper, and more meaningful. And here's the truth, that pull isn't random. It's your soul's way of reminding you of your mission. You weren't designed to live a small, ordinary life. You were designed to make an impact, to leave a legacy, to fulfill a purpose that only you can fulfill. But let's talk about the most difficult part of being chosen, the loneliness. You've probably felt it, haven't you? That sense of isolation, like no one truly understands you. Even when you're surrounded by people, there's a part of you that feels unseen, unheard, and alone. This is one of the heaviest burdens of being chosen, but it's also one of the clearest signs. The path of the chosen is rarely crowded. It's not a path for everyone, and that's why it can feel so lonely. But here's what I want you to understand: your loneliness is not a punishment, it's an invitation. It's an invitation to go inward, to connect with your higher self, to find strength in your solitude. Because the truth is, the answers you're seeking won't come from the outside world. They'll come from within. Let me ask you something that might shake you to your core. Have you ever felt like you're being guided? Maybe it's subtle, a gut feeling, a coincidence, a dream that seems too vivid to ignore. Or maybe it's more direct, like a voice, a vision, or an undeniable synchronicity. Chosen ones are never truly alone because they're always connected to something greater. Call it God, the universe, your higher self, or divine energy, whatever resonates with you. This guidance is one of the most profound signs that you've been chosen. It's the universe's way of steering you toward your mission, even when you don't fully understand the path. But here's the catch: being guided doesn't mean the path will be easy. In fact, it's often the opposite. Chosen ones are tested again and again to see if they're ready, if they're committed, if they're willing to rise to the occasion. So, let me ask you, are you willing to trust the process, even when it doesn't make sense? Because trust is the foundation of your mission. Without it, you'll find yourself stuck in fear, doubt, and resistance. But with it, you'll discover a strength, a clarity, and a sense of purpose that nothing in this world can shake. Another sign that you're one of the chosen is your connection to others' pain. You've probably noticed that you feel things deeply, sometimes too deeply. When someone else is hurting, it's like you can feel their pain as if it's your own. This isn't a weakness, it's one of your greatest gifts. Chosen ones are natural healers, empaths, and guides. Your ability to feel deeply is what allows you to connect, to understand, and to help others in ways that most people can't. But it's also why you need to protect your energy. Because if you're constantly absorbing the pain of others without grounding yourself, you'll burn out. And you can't fulfill your mission if your light is dimmed. So, let me leave you with this question: do you feel the call? Not the call of the world, with its distractions and noise, but the call of your soul. Do you feel it stirring within you, asking you to step into your purpose, to embrace your mission, to rise as one of the 1% who were chosen for something extraordinary? If you do, then you're already on the path. And the next step is to fully embrace it. If you've ever felt like your life has been orchestrated by something larger than yourself, you're not imagining it. The challenges, the triumphs, the heartbreaks, they've all been carefully placed along your path, not to punish you but to prepare you. Being chosen means you've been entrusted with a unique mission. But here's the secret: along with the mission comes an incredible set of gifts. These gifts aren't always obvious, and they often take time to fully awaken. But once you recognize them, they become your greatest tools for fulfilling your purpose. Let's talk about one of the most profound gifts of being chosen: your heightened intuition. Have you ever had a gut feeling so strong that it couldn't be ignored? Maybe it guided you out of a dangerous situation, led you to the right person, or gave you clarity when everything felt uncertain. This isn't luck, and it's not random. Chosen ones are deeply connected to their inner guidance system, a direct line to the divine that helps them navigate their path. But here's the thing: intuition is like a muscle. The more you trust it, the stronger it gets. So, let me ask you, when was the last time you truly trusted your intuition? Not just heard it, but acted on it, even when it didn't make logical sense. Because being chosen means learning to trust the unseen, to follow the whispers of your soul, even when the world tells you otherwise. And trust me, your intuition will never lead you astray. The more you lean into it, the more you'll realize that it's not just a gift, it's a compass, always pointing you toward your highest purpose. Another gift that comes with being chosen is your ability to see beyond the surface. While others get caught up in appearances, distractions, or illusions, you've always had the ability to sense the deeper truth. You might not have realized it at first, but think back to your life. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt the energy, like you could read the unspoken emotions of everyone there? Or maybe you've sensed when someone was hiding something, even if they never said a word. This isn't coincidence, it's your gift of perception, an ability to see what others cannot. But here's the challenge: this gift, can feel overwhelming at times. When you're constantly aware of the energies and emotions around you, it's easy to feel drained, confused, or even burdened by what you perceive. That's why one of the most important lessons for chosen ones is learning to protect their energy. You were given this gift for a reason, but you can't use it effectively if you're constantly weighed down by the world's chaos. So, ask yourself, what boundaries do I need to set to protect my energy while still honoring my gifts? This isn't selfish, it's essential. When your energy is clear and grounded, your gifts can shine in their full power. Now, let's talk about one of the most misunderstood gifts of being chosen: your ability to transform pain into purpose. Remember those challenges we talked about earlier? The ones that seemed unfair, unbearable, or even cruel. They weren't random. One of the signs you're chosen is that your pain has a purpose. The struggles you've endured weren't meant to break you, they were meant to awaken you. They've given you a depth of understanding, compassion, and wisdom that most people can't access. And here's the incredible part: your pain isn't just for you. It's also for the people you're meant to help. Let me ask you something that might feel uncomfortable. What if your greatest struggles were actually your greatest gifts? I know that's a hard truth to accept, especially when you're still carrying the weight of your past. But the moment you begin to see your pain as a tool for transformation, everything changes. Your story becomes a source of strength, your wounds become a source of wisdom, and your scars become a map that guides others toward healing. This is one of the most powerful aspects of being chosen. Your journey isn't just about you, it's about the impact you're meant to have on others. Another gift that often comes to chosen ones is creativity. And I don't just mean artistic talent, though that might be part of it. I'm talking about the ability to create solutions where others see problems, to envision possibilities where others see limitations, to bring new ideas, systems, or ways of being into the world. This is a gift that's deeply tied to your mission. Chosen ones are here to innovate, to challenge the status quo, and to bring something entirely new into existence. So, let me ask you, what is trying to be created through you? Maybe it's a piece of art, a business, a movement, or even a way of living that's never been seen before. Whatever it is, trust that it's part of your purpose. But here's the truth about these gifts: they come with responsibility. Being chosen isn't about being special, it's about being of service. Your gifts weren't given to you for your benefit alone. They were given to you because the world needs them. And that's where the real work begins. It's not enough to recognize your gifts, you have to use them. You have to step into your power, embrace your mission, and share what you've been given with the world. And here's the most important part: you don't have to do it all at once. Being chosen is a journey, not a destination. There will be moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty, but there will also be moments of clarity, breakthrough, and divine alignment. The key is to keep moving forward, one step at a time, trusting that each step is leading you closer to your purpose. If you've made it this far, then you already know that being chosen comes with extraordinary gifts. But let's be honest, even with all the signs pointing toward your mission, there's something that holds you back. Fear, doubt, resistance. These forces are universal. Every chosen one faces them, and they are perhaps the greatest tests on your journey. Why? Because they don't just challenge your abilities, they challenge your belief in yourself, your trust in the process, and your willingness to step into the unknown. But here's the truth: resistance isn't here to stop you. It's here to strengthen you. Let's talk about fear first, because it's often the loudest voice in our minds. Fear whispers or sometimes shouts, "What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not really chosen? These thoughts are like chains, keeping you bound to a smaller version of yourself. But ask yourself this: what is fear really protecting you from? Most of the time, it's not protecting you from danger, it's protecting you from growth. Fear is your mind's way of keeping you in the familiar, in the safe, in the predictable. But as a chosen one, you weren't meant to live in the confines of comfort. You were meant to grow, to expand, to rise. The key to overcoming fear isn't to eliminate it, because fear will always be there. The key is to face it, to move through it, to do the thing that scares you anyway. Think about it: every time you faced a fear in the past, didn't you come out stronger on the other side? Didn't you discover a part of yourself that you didn't know existed? Fear is a doorway, not a wall. And the only way to unlock your potential is to walk through it. But let's go deeper. Behind fear, there's often a deeper force at play: self-doubt. This is the voice that says, "Who am I to take on this mission? Why me?" And let me tell you, self-doubt is one of the most insidious forms of resistance, because it convinces you that you're not enough. But here's the truth: you are enough. You've always been enough. The fact that you've been chosen isn't because you're perfect or flawless, it's because you're willing. Your willingness to step into your purpose, even when you don't feel ready, is what makes you the right person for the mission. Let me ask you something: what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? If failure wasn't even an option, how boldly would you step into your calling? That's the mindset of a chosen one, not because they're guaranteed success, but because they know that every failure is simply a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey. The only true failure is never starting. Now, let's address the third form of resistance: external doubt. This is when people around you, family, friends, society, don't understand your vision. They might question you, discourage you, or even laugh at your dreams. And this can hurt, especially when it comes from people you care about. But here's what you need to remember: your mission wasn't given to them. It was given to you. They don't have to understand it. They don't have to approve of it. Only you need to believe in it. However, external doubt offers an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. When others doubt you, it forces you to ask yourself, how deeply do I believe in my purpose? Because the more you believe in yourself, the less external opinions will affect you. And here's the paradox: the stronger you stand in your truth, the more others will eventually see it too. Your conviction becomes contagious. But let's not stop there. One of the most practical ways to overcome resistance is by taking action. Resistance thrives in stagnation. The longer you wait, the louder the doubts and fears become. But when you take even one small step forward, something shifts and the momentum builds. The fear loses its grip. Action is the antidote to resistance. So, ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today, right now, that moves me closer to my mission? It doesn't have to be big. It could be reaching out to someone, writing down your vision, or meditating to connect with your higher self. The size of the action doesn't matter, the commitment to act does. Finally, let's address the spiritual truth of resistance. Resistance often shows up strongest when you're closest to a breakthrough. It's like a final test, a way for the universe to ask, are you ready? Are you serious about this? So, the next time resistance shows up, don't see it as a sign to stop. See it as confirmation that you're on the right path. Resistance isn't the enemy, it's the signal that you're stepping into something greater. Let me leave you with this: what would your life look like if you stopped letting fear, doubt, and resistance hold you back? Imagine the impact you could have, the lives you could touch, the legacy you could leave. This is what it means to be chosen, not to be free of challenges, but to rise above them. And the only thing standing between you and your mission is the decision to say yes. Yes to the fear. Yes to the doubt. Yes to the unknown. Because on the other side of that yes is the life you were born to live. You've come so far. You've faced the truth of being chosen, embraced the gifts that set you apart, and begun to recognize the resistance that has tried to hold you back. Now comes the most important step of all, aligning your entire life with your mission. Being chosen isn't just about understanding your purpose, it's about living it. Every day, every choice, every action must become a reflection of why you're here. This is the difference between merely knowing you're chosen and fully embodying it. But let's start with a question that cuts straight to the heart. Are you living in alignment with the person you're meant to be? Not just in some areas of your life, but in all of them. Alignment means that your thoughts, words, actions, and even your relationships are in harmony with your higher purpose. It means letting go of anything that doesn't serve your mission, no matter how comfortable, familiar, or tempting it might be. Because here's the truth: you cannot step fully into your power while still clinging to the things that keep you small. This is where many chosen ones falter. They know they're meant for something greater, but they stay stuck in old habits, toxic environments, or limiting beliefs. Why? Because change is hard, it's uncomfortable. It requires sacrifice. But let me ask you this: what's the cost of staying where you are? If you don't align with your mission, you don't just hold yourself back, you hold back the light you were meant to bring into the world. And that's not just a loss for you, it's a loss for everyone you're here to impact. So, how do you begin living in alignment with your mission? Start by getting crystal clear on your values. What do you stand for? What do you refuse to compromise on? Your values are the foundation of your mission, the guiding principles that keep you anchored when life feels chaotic. Write them down, reflect on them daily, and most importantly, make decisions that honor them. Because every time you act in alignment with your values, you strengthen your connection to your higher self. Next, take a hard look at your environment. Are the people, places, and habits in your life supporting your growth, or are they holding you back? This might mean distancing yourself from relationships that drain your energy, or stepping away from situations that no longer align with your purpose. It's not easy, but remember, you can't fly if you're weighed down. Every chosen one must learn to release what no longer serves them to create space for what does. But alignment isn't just about what you let go of, it's about what you invite in. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and uplift you. Seek out mentors, communities, or even books that resonate with your mission. Chosen ones don't walk their path alone. While your mission is unique, you'll find strength and clarity by connecting with others who are on their own journeys of purpose. Now, let's talk about the ripple effect of your alignment. When you fully embrace your mission, you don't just transform your own life, you create a wave of change that touches everyone around you. People will feel your energy, your authenticity, your light. You'll inspire others to step into their own power, even if they don't fully understand why. This is the true legacy of the chosen: to ignite transformation, not just in yourself, but in others. So, let me ask you something profound. What legacy do you want to leave behind? When your time here is done, how do you want to be remembered? Not for what you accumulated, but for the impact you made. The lives you touched, the change you created. Legacy isn't about fame or recognition, it's about the energy you leave in the hearts of others. Living as the 1% isn't about perfection. It's about commitment. It's about showing up every day even when it's hard, even when you're afraid, even when you're afraid, even when you don't know what comes next. It's about trusting that your mission will unfold as it's meant to, as long as you keep saying yes to it. Because here's the ultimate truth: the world needs you. Your light, your gifts, your mission, it's all part of a bigger plan. And the moment you fully align with it is the moment you step into the life you were always meant to live. So, I'll leave you with one final question. What will you do today to honor the mission you were chosen for? The answer doesn't need to be grand, it just needs to be real. Because every small step you take in alignment with your purpose creates a ripple that will one day become a wave. And that wave will change everything.